Damond Durr.
Damond D. Fields.
This is Sankofa Conversations.
Black to the building, black to the field, and black to the healing. A great deal of the conversation. That's why when you all come up here and get a chance to hear us live, it's going to be on the pop. It actually happens in the commercial break. Any of y'all done commercial TV or commercial radio? The hardest core conversations many times, and the deepest stuff happen off camera. Yeah, because a lot of times you're not going to really understand the dynamics of where we're coming from. But you mentioned something about Trump and on the 6th. Okay, what happened on the 6th? Obviously, for me, that was betrayal at its highest level. All the things that we claimed we want to have. But if you notice, if we were looting, what would happen? You would send out the National Guard, right? You hit the White House. Why didn't you send out the National Guard? Because most of the people that Trump was tending to go down, what were they? Like me, they ex-military. And they had brought their own weapons. What have we been trained to do? As you send the National Guard to attack us, that's right. Yeah. So we have to understand the dynamics of that. And the other piece that we were talking about is the actual being free. I remember when, a long time ago, I tried out, didn't make it. I went to the Cotton Bowl, tried out for the Houston office. Okay, I was really into this thing about trying to play some pro ball. Didn't make it, but loved the experience. Yeah. What we had on uniforms is the property of the NFL.
That's right. That's right.
You know
I remember that.
Yeah, property of the NFL. And when we went to the military, all of our stuff said property of the U.S.
Government inspector. But
Well, he know about that.
Me too. I'm a veteran, so.
Yeah. I just lived on the base. I wasn't in it. I just watched.
That's why you don't hear a lot when we say freedom. If you join the military, you may fight to be free, but we limited what we can say. As bold as I am, there's certain things I'm not going to say because black people are not going to protect me for what I would say. What would be the consequences of certain things? I saw a Marine say something, I guess it was about 6 years ago online, and he just disappeared. Things that we otherwise knew that we couldn't say. When you leave the military, you're told what you can do and what you can't do. That goes back to say how much freedom do I really have?
Yeah. But see, it's funny you said that about the Marine. See, I'm gonna tell you, open it up for this last guy that was the president. That was all the way out there talking. A lot of people didn't realize how crazy he was talking about the government with Jesse and Mike.
Man, I'm gonna say Jesse was on point on something.
Oh, yeah,
Jesse was saying, yeah.
But I'm saying he was that extremist all the way.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I heard the name. I ain't watched
Jesse Ventura. You know, he used to be a wrestler. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing about Jesse the Body Ventura, he was line right along the way. Being a SEAL, he had other things he could say that we could say.
Yes.
Oh, he was a bad one too. You look at history.
Yeah.
I didn't remember the wrestling thing and all.
The dude, if he wasn't intelligent, he damn sure sounded it. When he came out, I knew they were gonna put him out. When he said, I got a movement, he said, if you got a minimum wage, you gotta have a maximum wage. After a certain amount of money, it has to be put right back into the system to make sure the system goes. They said, oh, he got it.
Yeah. No, in every particular country operates differently. When we were offline, we were talking about China. That was one of the things my sister was telling. My sister-in-law, she was saying about, because we were talking about, I was telling about China, and she was saying about America being free, and she was saying, oh, China ain't free. And she was like, well, America ain't as free as you think, and then she started lining up to it why it's not. And that was one of the things he said, Xi Jinping, he said one of the things he did as president, say all of these wealthy people, you're going to be paying more taxes. Yeah, she said they have wealthy people in China, they have millionaires, billionaires, everything in China. He said, and then he said, you're going to start paying more taxes. And because of the way that it's more of a dictatorship than always so-called democracy, then those people start paying more taxes. But you know what it does? It goes right back into the coffers and being able to help the culture and the community to be able to rise up, to be able to stay as a so-called superpower, or whatever. And so when you look at that, I mean, America, a lot of times we just got to deal with the propaganda aspect. That's the BS that a lot of times we don't like.
But even if we look at what's it, South Korea, so they say most countries that become dependent on the IMF never get out of that situation.
Never get out of that, bro.
They are one of the only countries that have ever got out of that and now they put money into to be a part of it. So this is why they own them, if you ask me. That's too much freedom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even with Gaddafi.
So you're saying there's levels of freedom. Now we got a whole other conversation going on right now.
That's
Now that's kind of interesting.
That's where it is done.
So even with Gaddafi, when you got married, they gave you a certain amount of money, and they gave you a house. Even everybody had a house. The price of gas was, I mean, it was 12 or 13 cents. You know, this the madman that they were talking about.
Right.
And then even after all that, all of the oil and gas that they was getting, everybody that was a citizen got dividends from that.
Yeah. I mean, because he understood the natural resource that he had. And then, like to your point, what you just say a while ago, sometimes
What's the cost? Malcolm, you said it. What's the cost of freedom? Yeah.
Even Robert Mugabe told us that. Said, y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. I knew he was cold when he told them folks, who was it, the Rothschild, whoever he told, he said, look, y'all come, dig him up, get him out of here, because we do not want this person in our soil. Oh, yeah, I said, oh, yeah.
No, that was Cecil B. No, was it Rose?
Rose, that's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Rose.
it was Mugabe that told him. Whoever it was, whichever one he told him,
Cecil Rose.
come get him out of the grave, you know.
Because it was Rhodesia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Get them out of our soil, man. We don't want it. And many other African countries now, as you see, some of them are being able to step up. Man, some years back when South Africa said, oh no, we're going to start to reappropriate many of these acres that have been taken. You know, as I like how Dr. Claude Anderson say, too many times here in the United States, 87% of the wealth was malappropriated into the hands of the dominant culture at the time. And now we're fighting over 13% of the crumbs. And so many of the countries now are starting to realize, man, we need to be able to go back and snatch our things back, not let this family own it. But I was in Kenya this summer, and it's a family they're called the I want to call it the Del Monte, but it's not them. It sounds something like Del Monte. Either way, I was in Kenya, East Africa, and I rode for 30-something kilometers down this road. And the sister that was with us was like, oh yeah, the family, they own that land over there. I was like, oh, okay. I said, how far does it go from there? She said, oh, I'll tell you when it stops. We went down the road about 30 kilometers to be able to translate it back for those that are doing miles. You do that, multiply it times 0.6 or whatever. She's talking about almost 20-some miles, right? Then we ride, and then she said, okay, it stops about right here. I said, we've been riding for like 20-something minutes. She was like, yeah. And so I'm saying we have to look back and say, land and things like that were malappropriated to those families, or they just went over and just say, hey, this is ours. And we have to be able to see how we be able to take that thing back. That's
But even they're taking it back, that's a great example. But the first take back is that if we stop, and it's crazy to say he liked this, he even used it. If we stop digital sharecropping and find ways to create and control this e-commerce and this digital real estate, that can do the same thing for us.
Yeah.
But we continue to do this digital sharecropping. I remember once somebody told me once before they was.
No, wait. Explain that digital sharecropping. Look, you know, I'm a dinosaur.
If you can have digital real estate, that really popped in my head. I understood it right away.
I understand real estate. I understand the land.
Digital sharecropping. Okay.
But give
For
me
all
a
the
brief
Facebook fanatics and the YouTubers and the Twitter, what is it?
Twitter?
Not the Twitter, what's the other name? The TikTok.
Snapchat.
Yeah, all this here. So you go do all this type of stuff out here, and then they've changed. A lot of people changed it now, but what in the beginning was, even on YouTube, you had to get so many people following you and subscribers in order for you to make money.
$10 on Facebook.
Yeah. So it's for them to monetize.
Right.
So you go out and you get 1 million views of a video, they gonna give you $4,000 for the month.
For that big, ain't no telling how. Just think about how many people are doing that.
But yeah, but I mean, do you know 1 million people that you gotta go get $4,000? I told the person that was excited about. I said, so at first I was like, oh, that ain't bad. I said, so once you get 1 million people, they gonna keep giving you $4,000?
No, I think you gotta do that every time. You gotta keep repeating this process.
Every time. I said, man, give me some incense. Give me incense. I'm hitting the block with incense. I'm gonna do $4,000 a week with incense. You know? So.
Well, you know what? But that's on point. I still circle back to everything you said is freedom has been on my mind now. You know, what you said made me think about levels of freedom. Brother Griff said last night that they came after him after the brother killed 5 cops.
I was
Okay. Well, he was free to go and do what he wanted to do. But there was a price he paid for that freedom.
If he done it.
If he did. That's it. Because he got blown up. Normally you don't blow nobody up. You're going to figure out where you go. Especially if you think you still got 6 bombs left. And we ain't never even discussed what was going on. I know in the military, we thought in the contingency plan that somebody still had information. We're going to do everything we can to save their life. We lost somebody. Because we want to find out what's going on. How you started this or this one happened again.
The person in charge got a bunch of money. They can't move different ways.
Well, we're going to leave that one alone. Yeah, we free to a certain degree. We ain't free and foolish, though. You know what I'm saying? But when you said that about the piece, I always put things together poetically. There was a piece that I called On That Day. It's a long poem, but one of the pieces says, we the people, you got to be out of your mind. That ain't nothing but propaganda for the masses that's running out of time. And while 20% of the people control 86% of the wealth, that's a condition that leads to 80% to fight for the fucking 14% that's left. We hold these truths, but we know we're being used. Frontline soldiers being neglected and abused. Hoopers, bamboozled, run astray and let amok. And guess what? To this very day, we still get fucked. Now, I said that, you know, curse words are splashes of, but poetically, I'm starting to realize more now that I'm getting more of my creative mode again, that we have to be able to use this tool, you know, because what we've talked about, I internalized things. What's your song? You know, wade in the water. Remember, wade in the water wasn't about you wading to get baptized. Wade in the water was tell them Africans go out there get in that water. They chasing out. Swing low, sweet chariot. There wasn't no chariot coming. We know that was letting Harriet Tubman. I mean, there were so many things that we hit me through this barren land. That means that I need an escape plan. I'm looking for a map. But so many of us didn't know that truth, man. And I'm saying this as a rapper. What we're speaking and what I heard today is truths about the reality that we think we know. And that's the same for those of you who listen to us. The reason this was created was to take us, not just us three, to another level. Absolutely. But with whatever
as we can.
Yeah, as far as we can go. And I was honored last night to be in that group. I want to say that as a part of my closing. And thanking you again for that call to order. It's not over yet. But my purpose is to be a master teacher, a master facilitator. My name means God is saying, your son needs to teach a new generation. I'm gonna live that, man. And you woke me up to that last night when you said, Moshe Bar, you said, Omar, you know, that's my student. You never think you outlive your student. But what you reminded me was, in his absence, no matter how that was, it's your responsibility to continue on. A new horizon. Yeah, man, so. If y'all haven't had a chance, y'all need to come by Sankofa. Man, tell them to get over here, bro.
41.
You said that, she said that too. But that's not commercialization right there. He's okay.
I mean, I know we're supposed to sell high, sell low, and sell.
Yeah.
You know, we at 4141 West Wheatland, right here in Dallas, Texas. We call it we on Wheatland. I say we in the medical district.
Yeah. This whole area is growing, you know. They talk about gentrification, but it's on fire over here. It's a lot of things moving this direction.
Yes, indeed.
And what was your second location? That's where you were at first. A lot of people still going, they hit me, told me.
We was on Camp Wisdom?
Yeah, Camp Wisdom.
Deep Ellum?
Camp Wisdom. You
know
know what? Do that, brother. Yeah. Because when I came back from New York, you was in Deep Ellum. I was like, damn, you know. Because I thought, you go to Deep Ellum, hey, that's it, bro. Yeah.
Let me tell you a story about Deep Ellum. Let me show you how we still on freedom.
Okay.
I'm down there, got all the paperwork, legit, everything. White boys down there in the club industry, they struggling. Everybody thinking like you thinking Deep Ellum. They in Deep Ellum, so black people coming out, they flocking. I'm talking about, we ain't talking about no hood. We talking about black people, that working people, the professionals. Coming down there, live music, spoken word, we doing the salmon and all of this. You know, we thinking we trying to raise country stuff up.
Right.
The white club owners, they started calling tow trucks, TABC, and the police owners. So, you know, at the point, the people that I'm reading the business from, he said, this is where you can park. I was right here. The white folks down there that's struggling down there when they spot. This is when Deep Ellum was making his turn. It was no blacks.
Okay.
Nothing down there. There was no black spots down there. We were at the
pioneering it.
Yeah. So they not used to seeing black people that have sick. First of all, then they mad because we packing it out every weekend. So I called the police because we didn't have I didn't call some of the boys that was on the other side of Martin Luther King.
Okay.
You know, hey man, these white boys down here, they clowning. So we down there with a standoff. Because they towing cars. I didn't told people where to park at because it's my parking lot.
Right.
So they done told about 10 people cars. I told them to park there, so I said, man, look, I got you. I got to pay this. But if I got to pay this, I'm going to have to food.
Yeah.
So, so anyway, when I call the police. They legally towing illegally. The police come in to my place, come behind the bar. Who name is this? Who
What?
is this? They looking at all my. Well, who permit is this? What is this? I said, hold on. I called you about this. Why is you back there behind my bar?
Yeah, we know why.
So yeah. So we talking about freedom.
Some levels. There's some levels. For every level, there's new devils.
Yeah.
I
like that.
The devil is a lie. You and I talking about that too.
Yeah, I like that one. You like the last poets. That's
right.
grandson. It wasn't no last poet. The poet continued.
That's right. That's right.
Talking
Man.
about,
And that's why we think about with Sankofa, the evolution when we started doing poetry. That's why as a result, my speech project. I always did poetry, but it gave me the realization I can take this thing to another level. Yeah. And I never finished that level. I'm gonna finish it now.
Yeah, man. Our big brother, Sankofa, and your man over there, and with him and Eric over there with reciprocity.
Wow, I forgot about reciprocity.
I'm telling you, bro, when I came in the day, I was like, man, Sankofa, I go there, give me something to eat and get the jab. But boy, this is jumping right here, man. And now,
over there with recipe.
yeah. Man, so they had reciprocity, and then the brother Emmanuel. Yeah.
Who's Emmanuel Tissue?
Yeah.
Tissue Crib.
They had it rolling in. So we got to get those things back, like
Right.
we got to do a research of that. That was a part of the culture. It worked for a period of time. As you said, now it's a shift. But the shift got to be able to get back. I mean, I know a lot of times we talked about that digital real estate. You educated us on that digital real estate. Now you probably have sessions and ciphers and other stuff. They go on like that. But just to be able to have that camaraderie like we're doing here now, I mean, man, some of them poetry jump offs might be in order. Man,
The weekend.
I ain't no poet.
Hashtag 567, 5067. We still around, so but wait, let's get down. Yeah. I mean, bro, tell me I play and all that. I said, man, look, man, we gonna sit around here and talk about all the stuff we still capable of doing and then criticize the kids for what they doing. Stop it.
Yeah.
You got your own lane. Let's get in it, man. Yeah, so all I can say, man, is this, man. I stress it a lot. Going into transition at 58 years in my life, it's like a rebirth. And of those who are watching this show, I want you to realize that is possible. You don't have to have a pocket of money, man, to be happy. As a matter of fact, if you're waiting to get money to be happy, you are already enslaved. You are already holding yourself down. Right. And if you was a fool before you got $1 million, and you're just a foolish fool
with $1 million.
With $1 million. If you was a drunk before you got your $1 million, now you're gonna really be a drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think your MVP, your morals, values, and principles need to be practiced with nothing. MVP, your morals, values, and principles. Yeah. That's why I
We're going to take that one.
Yeah.
We're going to borrow that. We're going to indefinitely borrow it.
We're going to acquire it. You know what white folks say?
But that's what I did with the Wi-Fi sports, was just utilize those sports acronyms. And I tell people all the time, man, black men took care of themselves to be defenders of their, not because they wanted to play a sport, man. The sport is life. You get my age and don't work out and do something to your body, and look what's going to happen to your body or to your mind. And I don't mean you got to be in there lifting weight, but you got to be active. You have to be moving, man. Yeah. And then, like coming to Sankofa, you got to be eating right. A lot of times we don't have a place where we can come and have camaraderie and good food. Man, table manners, sitting at the table, bro. That's where I learned most of my manners. That's where I was reprimanded at the table. Maybe not a whooping, but verbalization on what I'm supposed to do. I was supposed to read what you do. Yeah. But now put your elbow, get your hands down from that. Absolutely. You ain't gonna touch nothing before you pray. You know what I mean? Pass me that.
A system of order. Eat the vegetable first.
Yeah.
I like the movement part of it, but I think I come out of the spirit of with Doc Ben. Was it Pepe or was it Said It One?
I'm thinking about Pepe Kai.
No. Well, he said, what was the quote that he used? That Doc Ben used to always use. You got to have movement in that as well.
People don't realize you lose 15% of your fat if you get at least 15 minutes of hardcore sexual activity.
Oh, okay.
When you talk about where heaven was,
He said where heaven, that's right.
Come on, man. And anybody watching this show, have you ever had an orgasm and wondering why you had it? Man, I gotta pay that bill tomorrow. The bill, y'all, that's not happening. You ain't thinking about nothing
At all.
You are embracing those
It's
4
a
seconds.
one-track mind. Nothing else in the world matters.
And you using muscles you didn't even know you had. You're leaning. Anyway.
It's a spirit of Dr. Ben.
Absolutely, yeah, man. Because he said it best. Said the kingdom of heaven is between the legs of an African woman. Look, I had that back to TV, bro. I had that tape. You know, we had dating myself here. We had VHS tapes. You know what I'm saying? So you had them up there. Man, the cat came around like, man, let's watch this one. I was like, bro, it ain't what you think. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what you think. But we can sure watch it though. You know?
Yeah, well, we had some of those, we were using projectors in college, so you have come a long way, brother. Listen to me. Projectors. We get in one lesson roll, brother.
Yeah, reel to reel, brother.
No, you sit up, you put the film in there, put it, and put it on the wall.
And then Brother Crazy said, I looked a little clearer, brother. And you have to adjust to it.
Turning it down.
Yeah.
But man, I know we're going to close out, man. I'm going to let you,
Well, I mean, I want to say that it's always good coming to Sankofa, building with these brothers. Like, so much love for these brothers, what Damond is doing. Brother Armand,
we all do.
What we doing?
You've been doing your thing long as I've been doing
I'm
this.
doing my thing. I'm building. That's what I'm doing. I'm continuously building. I'm leaving something here on this planet. You know, but when I make my transition, I'm looking to be 100. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna put that out. I'm looking to get 100 out of there. So
Active 100.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, because I seen Dr. Evans. He was 92 years old. He's still hitting the road up and down from Mississippi, and I said, that's what I want to be doing. I don't know about now. This was when he came out a couple years ago.
Barbara Price, how old is he now? 100?
It'll be 100 in February.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm looking to be able to get there. So with this positive type of energy like this, being able to, as Brother said, eat good food, stay active, build our mind, you know, that's what we're looking to do. So we're looking to bring this to y'all, you know, each particular week, and hope we can help. Well, we can.
For me, man, I think always every man has had a place where he can go metaphorically to let his hair down.
Yeah.
Some place where you can go release and don't be judged. To me, that's freedom, bro. If I'm not free all my life, I'm free in this moment. Right now, I'm not worried about nobody of any color, hue, shooting, killing, or doing anything. So I've identified freedom in that capacity. When I sleep at night, and I go to bed, and I make a prayer, I claim my freedom. I don't think nobody's gonna beat my door down after 58 years that hasn't happened during that time. And I say this to you all, to any brother that's out there, because we're doing this for us, man. Find yourself someplace to be free. We're dying too early, too many heart attacks, and it has to do with a lot of trauma that we've gone through. This restaurant ain't here just for entertainment's sake, but you can be entertained by not only the food you eat, but the people that you meet along the way. And I'll close you by saying, we the willing, led by the anointing, are doing the impossible for the ungrateful. We've done so much for so long with so little that we're not qualified to do anything with nothing. Papa Raw.
I'm going to say the name of the words of the Bishop Don Wood. Church.
Only you. Only you. One word. I say church.
You know what I'm saying?
Leave it, the doors of the church are open. If you don't have a church home.
That's it.
But I'll say this because you can find God anywhere. It does not have to be in those 4 walls.
The creator works through the creation.
Oh, say that again, man. Look here, man. Now you all can come and purchase any of our merchandise regarding our t-shirts and our proverbs